Welcome back to Melodic Memories of Lights Monarch. I'm Casey, and happy belated Canada Day and Independence Day for my American listeners, 4th of July and 1st of July. Great celebrations to be had. How did you guys celebrate? Let me know in the comments below. I myself was able to go over to my friend Reese. If you're listening, thank you for so many things, but thank you for Canada Day celebrations. She was honestly so incredibly sweet. She got actual themed cake, like little angel food cakes with strawberries for the red and the white, and glow sticks, red and white glow sticks. Granted, there were other colors too, but some flags and little light necklaces, and honestly, and actually some tattoos. I kind of filled in my sleeve a little bit on my arm to make it into a sleeve rather, but didn't go all out because I didn't want to ruin or waste all of her little disposable tattoos, of course. But all that to be said, it was a great time. Got to even see some fireworks during Canada Day, which were absolutely fantastic. Last year, they left a little bit to be desired, and this year, I will gladly say they made up for it. No shortcomings this year, in my opinion. Granted, everyone has their own opinion, of course, but Canada Day, Independence Day, they are both done. It happened last week, and now we are here. We are in July, and we are starting it off not in a very good way. The only good thing about July 1st was Canada Day, truly, because that was when we got the news. The dreaded news from Sony themselves, more specifically PlayStation. And if you already know where I'm going with this, which you should, it's been about a week, which is very, very upsetting to say. I don't even think it's been a week yet, actually, or it's nearing a week. Probably by the time you're listening, it will have been. But Sony, PlayStation, they announced they are no longer going to be making discs starting January 2028, mind you. So we have time, but physical media, that's a hard blow. Like, that's a killing strike. Like, I don't see I don't see how physical media is supposed to continue past this. Like, it will. I'm not saying it's just gonna all die instantly, but I'm pretty sure the physical media beast, if you will, is bleeding out. And it is incredibly depressing, to at least for me. And I'm sure many others out there as well that collect physical media, that love physical media, and that treasure it and cherish it in a way that they know, hey, this is a way to own something. You're actually using your money to something that you own. Wow, imagine that. What a concept, right? Yeah, apparently it's a wild concept to Sony because they are wanting to take that option away. They are making it so you have to go to their web store. Granted, yes, you can buy a code in the box. Thank you, Rockstar, for starting that trend. But it's just so defeating. Absolutely depressing. Absolutely defeating. And even more so for me personally, I might not get Kingdom Hearts 4 in a physical way, on a disc. That Kingdom Hearts collection coming at the end of the year might very well be that last Kingdom Hearts game that we have on disc. And that alone, like, I have every single Kingdom Hearts game up there, alongside a lot of other physical media, obviously. A lot of PS3, PS4, PS5, some PlayStation 1, bunch of PS2, some Xbox even, from, like, the original Xbox to the 360 to the Xbox One. Like, I've got it all, you know, aside from a lot of Nintendo stuff. I didn't really grow up with those consoles, but that to be said, granted, aside from handhelds, but that left to be said, it is absolutely defeating, and everyone online thinks the same. They might not support physical media in the way that the people actually buying it and, you know, digesting it would, but it seems like the overall opinion of the internet, the almighty internet, is that, yeah, that's a shitty thing to do. Whether you collect it or not, you are taking away, Sony, you are taking away everyone's option. We don't have the option now. Like, what was it hurting? Oh, you had to throw in a few extra dollars. Granted, I say that, I know it's probably like a couple extra million or thousand, whatever, but like, you're Sony. You're about to release the new Spider-Man movie. You're gonna make way more than you ever need to off of that alone. Like, I know there's more to it than meets the eye when it comes to, like, business stuff. and I'm not educated amongst business stuff. I'm calling it business stuff, so you already know. But when it comes to physical media, it is something that I believe we've seen for a while now, that it's been on the decline, that it is obviously dying in terms of more so disc-based media. I know CDs are kind of on the rise, but really it's least to be said that obviously Taylor Swift has had a hand in that, and countless other artists where they're releasing, oh, here's this one song on one CD, another, like they're releasing singles, they're releasing limited edition covers, and obviously you have to buy all of them if you're a true fan, fear of missing out, all that nonsense. So yes, CD sales are going up a little bit. Vinyl is obviously strong as ever, but instead of, like, in terms of video games, yes, people use them as collection and add to a collection, but I would say more often than not, rather, someone is going to put a disc for either a movie or a video game into their console more often than somebody would place a vinyl record onto their turntable or a CD into the CD player. And I say that just for the simple fact of the matter that a lot of people buying vinyl do not have a turntable. I know it's not everyone. I myself buy a lot of vinyl. I have a turntable. I'm able to spin and listen to it. I still need to hook up my record player, but let's not talk about that right now because I have been in a bit of a funk. But all that to be said, with vinyl, it's different. People collect those because, again, it's treated similar to the CD situation where you need to buy all the covers and all this nonsense, but it is analog to digital. So it's a bit different, obviously, and of course, it's music. With this disc thing happening, Sony, kind of rerouting their plans, changing up their actual facilities and what people are doing there, where they actually make the discs. Writing on the wall is that it's dead. And hopefully the backlash that they're receiving changes that. I don't see why it would. I mean, I had a very similar opinion when it came to Rockstar announcing GTA 6 code in the box. Like, yeah, they're not going to change that idea. They're Rockstar. Why would they change it? They've already been proven that, oh, hey, it's still selling, regardless of if it's a disc or a fucking code in the box. And yes, I'm upset about that. And I feel like I have every right to be, alongside you. If you're upset about it, you have every right to be. Shit on Sony. Let them know your opinion and don't let them win. And the way to do that is not just typing away on Twitter, internet, keyboard warriors, what have you. Use your wallet. Don't buy PlayStation. Don't buy another game. Yes, it sucks to have to put your hobby pretty much in hostage, especially when gaming is maybe one of your favorite things to do, your escape from this shitty world we live in. But I think it's time for people to take a stand, and not saying that, oh, going over to Nintendo's the right idea or right answer, or hopping on Xbox is the right answer, or even PC. Like, use your best judgment, of course, but when it comes to the disc-based media and Sony taking away games, what's next? That's where my mind goes to. What's next? Are we going to eventually lose our movies? And I know that's like wild, but they are hand in hand. It's still disc-based media. Obviously, Sony not doing this, they were one of the forefront runners, if you will, of upgrading this technology that we know as discs, as Blu-rays. They were going to make that triple layer, quad layer Blu-ray to be able to have 200 gigabytes of storage on it, or even more, hypothetically, as games grow bigger, obviously that has to change. And now that they aren't pushing that, when is it ever going to change again? Yes, we have 4K movies, but for how much longer? If this really does set the precedence and really just kind of shows people, or at least not even people, shows companies that people don't need discs, that they don't want them. I know obviously physical media has been on the decline when it comes to disc-based media, but why take that away? What was the problem with having it as its own little niche thing? I don't understand. And I'm going to stop there because I would ramble for fucking ever about this, because it is something that really upsets me and has a very, very strong chokehold on me right now, and has for this past week. But I will digress. It is what it is. It's just the writing has been on the wall. Physical media has been on its decline. And I feel like anyone that was shocked by this, you shouldn't have been. But at the same time, you are allowed to be upset, because I myself am, and I'm not really sure what I want to do when it comes to PlayStation and Sony and supporting whatever. I've actually decided to take a stand, at least for this time, for Wolverine. I was really looking forward to it. It's a game coming out September, I believe September 15th. And with Wolverine being it's a Sony game, like, I'm sorry, Insomniac, but yeah, I'm not buying that anymore. Unless if they somehow, some way reverse this decision, I'm not buying that. I have no desire. I want to play the game, obviously, that's my only desire, but like to support Sony, like, I'm even starting to think maybe I won't go see Spider-Man. And that's so sad. I love Spider-Man. But something needs to show them that they just can't get away with stuff like this, because it's shitty. It is literally for them to save the bottom dollar. That's it. They don't need it. It's just the classic corporation that wants to fuck the consumer and, again, have them own even less while paying even more, because they will control that. Like, anyways, I will stop. When it comes to all of it, it is very unfortunate, terrible situation, and even today we got Xbox coming out and pretty much admitting that they've been failing and that they're doing a bunch of restructures, and this is a way to properly announce something, okay? Especially when it's a disappointing something and a very bad something. So Xbox, shout out to the leader of Xbox, Aisha. Like, granted, it isn't a good thing, but it's still, like, it is not outshadowing whatever Sony just did. Like, this is the way to break bad news to people. Transparency. Honesty. Thank you, Xbox, for doing something right for once, because this new lady, this new head of Xbox announced a long post. I'm not going to read it. I'm just going to kind of say what happened or what it means. They're laying off a bunch of people, like 3,200 people, and shutting down companies, or at least relocating them, getting rid of them under the Xbox banner. And what that kind of means for Xbox gamers is that, well, Xbox is going through a restructure, and things are going to be changing around there. And it's wild to me that even though it is very terrible news, it was pretty much announced and released in such a way that was commendable and respectable. Like, they're admitting their defeat, they're admitting that they've done wrong, and that they're actually trying to fix it. And it's going to be a long time till it gets to be fixed. Obviously, they're going to be working constantly. Think like Square Enix with their most recent restructure, and the reason we haven't really seen much from them, big ticket items from them in the past few years, aside from select things that they were already working on. So when it comes to Xbox, they're probably going to be in a very similar boat. And when it comes to Xbox and PlayStation, yeah, they're both kind of shooting themselves in the face, if you will. The console wars are definitely ending in, like, suicides. But when it comes down to it, Sony's news is still worse. Or at least it feels worse. And I don't know why. Because, again, this is, what happened with Xbox, people are being laid off. Like, there are people that might lose everything to some extent. And it was handled in such a way, in such a better way, that it made PlayStation look even more like the clowns. And my heart goes out to all the people that were laid off. Obviously, it is very, very sad and upsetting for the people involved. But at least, again, they were honest, transparent, and not to try to, praise a company because they all suck at the end of the day. Just props to them for finally doing something right. And I hope Sony kind of learns, which is wild to say because before the roles were reversed. Hopefully Sony kind of learns something from that. And obviously when they do eventually come back to Twitter and the internet, when Sony makes that next post, they are going to be flamed if it isn't a post saying that they're going back on this whole disc nonsense. Now that I'm done yapping about that, apologies. It's just something that I really, really needed to vent out about. Something I really needed to ramble upon because it's something that, again, has been upsetting me a lot. If you have your own opinion, please let me know in the comments below. I want the conversation to stay heated, obviously. Like, I want this to not just die away and actually be something Sony notices and doesn't just think that they can get away with it. So let me know, comments below, what your opinion on this whole fiasco is. And while you're there, please leave a like, subscribe, and share with your friends if you're able. It means a lot. Now, to go to music news, there was something that actually caught me off guard. I want to start this by saying RIP to the Prince of Darkness himself. Yes, Ozzy Osbourne. He has passed away about a year ago. Not quite a year yet, but we're nearing it. And it has been a year since Black Sabbath's Back to the Beginning concert that they did, that reunion show that was massive. Yeah, that. It's been a year since that. I was scrolling on my feed and watched the Coming Home live from the Back to the Beginning show, and I could not help but just cry. Mama, I'm Coming Home. What a song. Not only is it my favorite Ozzy song in general, but even holds so much more weight now that Ozzy's gone, and I just can't believe it's almost been a year. That blew my mind. Like, excuse me? How is time real? Like, I will never understand. But rest in peace, Ozzy Osbourne. I hope you're shredding, absolutely just rocking out up there. In a little bit brighter news, at least a lot bit brighter news, Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce, they just got married. Like, wild. I knew it was happening. I knew it was coming, but I did not just think that they were going to book out MSG. Madison Square Garden, they got married there. Like, wild. Like, I know she loves New York. Obviously, Taylor Swift loves New York, and she loves the spotlight. Let's be real. Like, there was a time around folklore era, COVID and all that, that we thought maybe Taylor Swift wasn't a spotlight junkie, if you will. But obviously, with Life of a Showgirl, and obviously the life she's been showing with Travis, it goes without saying that she loves it. And she even booked Madison Square Garden for her wedding. What an absolute massive venue. And a bunch of people went too. They closed streets, and it was during the July 4th weekend. Like, wild timing, to be honest. I understand why people were upset, even though at the same time I kind of don't. Let them be in love, truly. Like, let their love be. Why do you need to shit on them because they're getting married and they have the money to throw this kind of party? Don't lie to me and say you wouldn't do a similar thing as well. If not for your wedding, then you would at least go all out for your trip afterwards, right? The honeymoon. And if you wouldn't, then all right, fine. I will eat my words. But for Taylor Swift, she's obviously allowed to. Same with Travis. They are both very wealthy individuals. And their wedding went off without a hitch. I heard Adam Sandler, for some reason, was the one that married them, which is kind of funny to think. I don't know why. I know she likes Adam Sandler, but again, I digress. I don't need to go on about that. They actually lit the Empire State Building up with blue lights, which was awesome to see after Taylor was married. And their wedding favors with "So It's Gonna Be Forever," and their initials, of course, on the wedding favor with the wedding date, and a literal rainbow appeared after they were married. Excuse me? Magic? Hello? Like, that goes back to her being at the Eras Tour and the lightning strike while it's pouring rain while she's singing Fearless. Like, that is so fitting. I love it. Absolutely love it. And again, I don't really understand why some people are being upset. Like, they also donated millions of dollars to different charities. Actually, from Popbase on Twitter, they said Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce have donated $26 million to at least 20 charities ahead of their wedding, ranging from food banks, animal cruelty organizations, educational programs, and children hospitals. So for those that are saying that they don't care or that they're out of touch or whatever, I don't understand. They were literally donating to essentially say sorry in advance for closing some streets off for their wedding. Let them be. Like, come on, guys. I get it. You might have to take a different route to work, or you might have to, I don't know, walk around it, whatever. I don't know New York. I don't know how hard it is to traverse, aside from the fact it's fucking New York. I know that much. But when it comes to them getting married, like, it's such a beautiful story. Like, I know there's a lot of things around it. I wasn't there, I'm not a part of their life, and I'm not trying to pretend I was. I'm just seeing what I see online. And being a Swiftie, or at least a former Swiftie, a fan of Taylor Swift, I very much, enjoy it. I'm happy for her. Like Travis Kelce, he was just a man with a friendship bracelet and a dream. He went on a podcast complaining how he didn't get the chance to give it to her, and 3 years later, he's married to her? Like, what a lucky guy, man. Like, don't let your dreams be dreams. Love is not dead. At least I hope it's not, because they are proof that it still exists. And that alone is just inspiring. And I know Taylor Swift isn't for everybody. A lot of people probably don't even care. And that's fair. That's completely fine. I just wanted to touch on it because I'm happy for them. And I thought it was, at least from the photos I seen, very beautiful. It's, love is love and love is beautiful regardless of who it is. And so long as it's consensual and of age, like, fuck, love is love, man. Enjoy your life. But all that to be said, Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce are now married. Miss Travis Swift, if you will, or probably more so Taylor Kelce. Doubt she's ever going to change her name in terms of her pop career or like her music persona, because obviously nobody ever does, but it would be interesting to see if she actually kept her last name. Now to move on from Taylor Swift, I wanted to talk about Roxanne's pop sound. Now, it was finally announced, in terms of the track list and artists that are going to be taking part in it. And I must say, no hate to any of the artists involved at all. It is just a little bit underwhelming, unfortunately, for me. I don't know, I didn't have any expectations, so I can't say I was hoping somebody would be on it or so-and-so would do the whatever song. I didn't have any expectations whatsoever. I don't really listen to modern pop music, so there wasn't anything modern that I'm like, oh, I hope this is done in a metal or rock way. Like, that wasn't the case. I was just excited because it's been a long time since we got anything like Pop Goes Punk, and this seems to be something to replace that. Again, they're not starting off very strong, but I might be able to eat my words as it comes out. Who knows? Obviously, we'll have to wait and see, or rather wait and hear when it does drop. But as of now, the track list, there are 10 tracks of Volume 1, so there should, in theory, be more if this does well enough. So if you want to see more, I guess support it all the same, as much as you are wanting to, I guess, but to get into what songs are covered and the artists covering them, it starts with track 1. What Was I Made For? Originally by Billie Eilish, done now by Enter Shikari. Interesting choice, as most of them kind of are, not gonna lie. Second track, Please 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 by Sabrina Carpenter, by Bowling for Soup. I'll keep my thoughts to myself, but I'm just like, what? I didn't know that they were still so active and have been more active as TikTok has been like a thing, and just interesting choice. I'll leave it at that. Then we got Man I Need, originally by Olivia Dean, done by Sophie Powers. I don't know who that is, but good for her. Then we got Golden by K-pop Demon Hunters, which is wild that that's on here. I did not expect to see that, but at the same time, it was one of the biggest songs, and again, biggest Netflix movie ever. Obviously, might as well capitalize, right? Well, this is done by Vukovi. Might have butchered that. Apologies, I've never heard of them. We Can't Be Friends by Ariana Grande, done by Huddy. I do know who that is, and I will say I'm not very excited. No hate to Huddy, of course. I just don't really listen to his music ever. I don't connect with it. Then we got Sexy Back, originally by Justin Timberlake, done by South Arcade. I don't know who they are. Then Sympathy is a Knife by Charlie XCX, done by Winona Fighter. Also do not know who that is. Your Love Is My Drug by Kesha, now done by Scene Queen. I do know who that is. No hate towards her. I just don't really listen to her either. All I've really seen her ever do is from my buddy Paul. Shout out to you, man. He sometimes shows me her to make me actively cringe. You know, take that as you will. I don't really think her version of Your Love Is My Drug is going to be, my thing, but props to her for being able to do it. And I seen her on Twitter say that she's going to make it Bimbo Core or something, and I gotta say, I don't even know what that is. And I don't really think I want to know. So it is what it is. Then next we got Disturbia, originally by Rihanna, done by Death by Romy. I only know one song of theirs, and it is the feature that they did with Palais Royale, so I don't know anything else about them. And then same thing for this last track, being Go Baby, originally done by Justin Bieber, now done by Ilhoon. No idea who they are, but again, these are the people doing the new pop sound. I don't know how it's going to turn out. I hope that it's decent at least. And Rock Sound, take this right now. Obviously, it's great to have the CDs, bundled with your magazine. That's great. That's fantastic. After the CD is out and you're on to the next month or next few months or whatever, kind of think of it like you just put the CD out. That was it in theaters, the movie in theaters. Bring it to streaming platforms. And if not streaming platforms, put it on YouTube at least. Monetize it even. I don't care. But give people a way to listen to it that don't have to buy the magazine, because it is sometimes hard to get your product to places internationally. So I'm just saying that as a fan of music and a fan of Rock Sound. Rock Sound, please make your stuff a bit more accessible and not just locked to magazines. I know it kind of defeats the purpose. Why would one buy the magazine if it's coming out later? But people that want to collect it will collect it all the same. You're not going to ruin your chances, especially if you wait a good long while to put it on other things. So just saying that, putting that out there. And that is my 2 cents on that. Now to talk about Black Veil Brides. I know, talking about Black Veil almost 30 minutes into an episode. It is a different take. I get it. But there hasn't been lots going on with Black Veil right now. They're just touring strong. They're doing a bunch of festivals. I believe they might be taking a break or are near taking a break until their second leg of shows across, I believe, the UK, if not the United States again. Regardless, they're going to be touring, so if you're interested and want to know actual dates, go look at their socials, or at least their website, and get tickets, because you will not regret it. Black Veil put on an absolutely wicked set, and I haven't even seen them do any of their new stuff aside from on TikTok, so go check it out and tell me about it, please. Anyways, they have a Cursed Fragrance collab. Yes, I've already talked about it. It was a while ago. But round 2, it finally happened. We will have an eventual third, like a third wave, if you will, at some point. They haven't announced when, but it is on its way for international customers, such as myself and maybe you listening as well, to finally be able to buy it. Because the reason we haven't been able to buy it is because they can't ship it with the high alcohol contents, and it looks like they have finally found a way to get over that hump, that kind of blockade that has been stopping them from shipping it outside of the UK. Looks like they're finally about to break that. So that is very, very hopeful. I'm very hopeful. I really want to smell that perfume. I would love to wear it. I would love to have it. Not even if I didn't like the way it smelled essentially on me personally, I would still love to just have it as a collector's piece. And that's kind of how I felt with the Pause artwork. Now, I did mention it last episode, but they did a collab with Pause, and you were able to buy a frame from either Bleeders or Certainty. It is live now. I don't know how many are left. I have not looked at the website aside from when it originally went live. But, not gonna lie, I wish I would have got something. I know it would have kind of put me, set me back a bit while I'm trying to dig out of this hole of debt. So I'm glad I didn't buy one, because again, it would have been very pricey. But as a fan, I will say I am kicking myself a little bit, because it'd just be cool to look at my wall and have an official print from their music video. Like, why not? Like, I have stuff on the wall of them, like pictures that they've done with, be it AP Magazine, Rock Sound, and even some tour photos, like a tour poster, whatnot, what have you, signed things. But to have an actual thing from their music video is just so cool. Like, it's such an intriguing, interesting thing. And I wanted to touch on Chris, his comment on Twitter. Shout out to you, man. I hope you're doing well. I wanted to touch on Chris Bierzak's tweet itself, saying, "We ordered this Certainty frame from the music video. I believe that Andy visited the Pause studio in Germany during the recent European tour, and he texted me about how impressed he was with the finished product. To paraphrase, he called it one of the coolest items that the band has ever offered. No denying that they are pricey, but this is museum quality stuff. Something that the most diehard fans and collectors will want to hang in a prominent location of their home, a genuine piece of art. Which, let's be real, Chris, everything done by Black Veil is a piece of art, right? Like, I know we're biased, so we can say that with full certainty, but I wish other people actually would realize that too. All that to be said, though, I hope everyone that wanted to get something was able to get something and didn't break their bank completely. Maybe when I am not in such a hole and financially, I myself will go and look to see if there are any available still. And if there are, I'll definitely pick one up, even if it is just not exactly the one that I wanted. Not gonna cry about it, okay? Just I can live vicariously through all of you, so please post photos, tag @LightsMonarch on any social, let me see them because I want to see your pause prints. I would love to see them. Anyways, to move on with some new/upcoming releases, we got Rivals. They're going to be releasing Bite the Bullet July 8th with a comic series to go alongside it. Caught me off guard completely. They have been very silent as of late. They haven't really been doing a whole lot as a band, aside from announcing some shows here and there, but it looks like they are coming back and coming back with a vengeance. Also, Bring Me the Horizon, Count Your Blessings Repented, out this Friday, the 10th of July. We are very, very close to Bring Me the Horizon re-releasing their deathcore album. It is going to be intense. It is going to be insane. Get ready for some intense and agonizing screaming on that record. There's going to be a lot more to it, obviously. I myself am very excited for it. Again, I will be picking it up from my local record store, and I cannot wait to have it on my turntable and make everyone that lives with me and all my neighbors' ears just bleed, because I know it's not for everyone, and I'm excited to do that because fuck, why not? Just a big fuck you to everyone that annoys me. And obviously, yes, I'm just joking. Now, next we got Palais Royale. They met 21 Pilots at a festival this past weekend. No, it's not a new release, but they were able to meet 21 Pilots at a festival. Most importantly, Remington Leith. He is a very, very big 21 Pilots fan, and I know this because he has referenced 21 Pilots lyrics in his own music, in Palais Royale's discography. And the fact that he is finally able to meet 21 Pilots with how much respect and how much of a fan he is of that, like, that just warmed my heart, and I wanted to mention it because I do very much enjoy Palais Royale, and obviously I very much enjoyed 21 Pilots. Then we got MCR. They debuted Ambulance live for the very first time ever, which is awesome to see, a deep cut itself. And we got Canada. They were eliminated from the FIFA World Cup. I haven't really touched upon it at all, but it's sad to say the least. They made it way further than I ever thought they would, so congrats Canada all the same. And I hope that whoever wins legitimately. Anyone that knows the current news about the FIFA World Cup will understand why I'm saying that. Then Kingdom Hearts, a quick little update on that. Fortnite collab. Yes, we all know a Fortnite collab for Kingdom Hearts is coming. Yes, I am very upset about it. I know people love Fortnite. I myself just never understood it, never got into it, and I actually kind of think that it sucks to have your favorite franchise a part of it, and I'm glad mine haven't been yet. But the Kingdom Hearts Fortnite collab is on its way. It will be actually real at some point. Odds are they're going to announce all the details and properly be like, hey, this is real during D23, which is on its way. It's nearing D23 time. I believe it's in August. And if it's not in August, then it'll be in December. But we got to see Lego Sora. It was leaked. Granted, it could be fake, but again, I don't see it being fake alongside the earlier announcements, or rather earlier leaks from earlier this year about it being a part or found in the files of, I believe, Rocket League. And it is what it is. I just wanted to mention it because it's upsetting, but hopefully everyone that is excited for it enjoys it, I guess. I only hope and pray that I enjoy the fact that, you know, like, I can't even lie. I'm not going to. I like the thought of Lego Sora, but other than that, yeah. I don't really have a dog in this fight. Next up, I wanted to talk about the Oilers just very quick before I get into the proper new releases. The Edmonton Oilers, my favorite hockey team, the NHL team that I currently and have always cheered for. They got some new players. They got some new goalies. They got a brand new head coach, Mike Babcock. And yes, I know that is very controversial, but I'm hopeful and hoping for the best. And even Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl, the two big stars of the team, were called out by the coach and told them that they are a part of the problem. So we will see how this all goes. It's either going to be beautiful, it's going to be a disaster, or it will be a beautiful disaster. We will see what happens with them when the time comes, but I am hopeful that this coming season of the NHL is good to the Oilers. And now some quick announcements on the brand new releases this past week, being Boji with Revolution, TX2 and Real Big Fish with Evil is Contagious. They've got a new EP on its way as well. So if you like TX2, get ready because their upcoming EP does drop in 23 days on July 30th this year. So we're very close to that. Awesome stuff. And obviously, I have to mention once again, I know I just said it, but Bring Me the Horizon with Count Your Blessings Repented coming this Friday. So obviously there weren't many new releases, unfortunately. I thought there was going to be far more. I should have looked before I started talking about it. But if it kind of came off weird, that is why I thought there would be more. But all that to be said, there's going to be a bunch coming out this Friday. And even if there isn't anything brand new coming out that, I want to talk about, there's been so much coming out this year already that I have a lot to catch up on and a lot to still enjoy even more of, because we literally got Black Veil Brides Vindicate this year alongside countless others. So there's a lot to listen to. Enjoy it the way you want to enjoy it. Music is for everyone, and it helps make this life a little less miserable. So thank you so much for listening, and as always, thank you for discovering the music within.